I'm actually making this video. It's for a part of my company. Actually, I'm in a very sad mood right now. I'm just watching this video on YouTube about things going on in Iraq. But you know, I was trying to think, you know, what video could I make to, you know, express my feelings. You know, but I've made plenty of those, and I just don't know what else to say that I've already said. So what I decided to do is, you know, try to turn it into a positive and focus on the fact that, you know, part of the reason of me having my company is so I can try to at least initiate change in things I believe need to be changed, to try to bring some light, some hope, some happiness to this gloom that is around us. And if you don't see this gloom that is around us, then, you know, either you refuse to see it, or you're just not aware of being there. I mean, but you know, always think of others. Look outside your own comfort and happiness. You know, I know we always want to get caught up. You know, as long as I'm happy, I'm done living. That's all that matters. I'm looking for me, but it's not good for everyone out there. So let's try to pep things up and put on a happy face, as they say. So what it is, the movie company part of my company, right? Which, you know, I have D.O.G.S coming out. Most of you know about D.O.G.S concept that I'm trying to get out. Well, I just want to run down just a list of movie concepts and ideas that I've been having for a while. And what really, and I've talked about this before about making this video and get out there, and I always think about doing it, but I always just hesitate. I don't know, for whatever reason. But really, what made me really think about doing it, but I still procrastinated for whatever reason, is that I saw a movie. It was about a month ago now, but it's called Sunshine. And what it's about is about the sun. Excuse me. Has lost its power. It's gone out. So they had to put together this group of astronauts to take a trip to the sun so as to reignite it. All right. Well, the thing is, I thought of such a movie concept years ago. And I used to, on my CDB Holdings website, I used to have my movie concepts just listed. So it had been up there for years, and I recently took it down when I redone the website. So, and the name of my movie was Sunspot, and the concept was that the sun had went out, and so they had to take a trip to the sun to reignite it. Knowing what in Sunshine, the movie that actually came out, they figured they could get back. But in mine, you know, it was a one-trip journey. They was gonna go, ignite it, and they knew that they was gonna die right off. So I was like, man, wow. And I like I said, saw it. It's pretty cool. It had some nice effects. Had this one actor. He had played in, of course I can remember it, with Denzel Washington. What's the name of the movie? He played a cop and got the Academy Award. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Training Day. He was one of the Mexican gang guys that, matter of fact, the one that was going to shoot him in the bathtub until he realized that Ethan Hawke, right? That's his name, actor's name, had saved his younger girl cousin. That guy. I've seen him in a couple movies since then, and I've been liking him. He's a really good actor. I've been seeing him in different roles, and I really like him. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the next movie, whatever movie he does. But anyway, so that's one. I just have all these movie ideas, and with most anything, the whole purpose, my company, just get my ideas out. Just want to be creative, be me, get them out there, and then try to do some good with the money that it generates. And I believe I can generate money. So there was that one. I got a list. First Family. First Family is covering the first black president. And it's ironic that we have Obama running, but once again, I thought these ideas years ago, and the way I saw it being filmed, and I saw Denzel in the role, is that it will actually use home footage of Denzel's actual family, his wife and family, and cut it into the movie, and so it has take on a more lifelike effect, so it'd be a home movie viewing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, spice in some real home movies. Make it real. James Bond. It's about time for a black James Bond. What's up with that? Why they always gotta be white? Shadow Eclipse is a sci-fi movie. A scientist comes up with a new theory on what happened to what caused the extinction of dinosaurs, and actually it occurred from an eclipse. So an eclipse takes place, and a solar eclipse during the daytime, and the shadows, basically our shadows, come to life, and they start murdering us. All right? So that's how birds are created, because birds, the animals had to get afloat, get aloft to get away from the shadows, so they wouldn't be killed. So that's how the birds came about. Moment of Death. Moment of Death deals with a group of kids who, by way of running to some mysterious man, they get these, I won't call it powers, but they get this supernatural ability, and basically they have like 3 lives, and they can kill people and die with them and live the death and then come back. And so what happens is it turns into basically a sick game of who can kill each other in the most heinous way. And so they just start killing each other and making a game out of it, because knowing they're gonna come back. All right. But then in the end there'll be a twist. Dark Powers. Dark Powers is a movie about two teenage boys who decide to have a contest on who can summon the greatest power through black magic. So they basically have a fight with black magic, and this is sort of like a real life story for me, because when I was in the military, I read this book. What is it? Nakra? I forget the name of it. Nakra. Black magic and all this stuff. Things of that nature. And what happened is, I read this book, and there was this white guy on this, and it happened when I was on ship. Actually, guess maybe on the way to Iraq or way back, and so I guess he was into black magic, and he actually had challenged me to a duel in black magic. But I wasn't into it. Just, I read books, and this, how I ended up this book, I can't remember, but I read it, and I was like, what? I said, nah, I'm cool, that's whatever. So it's, like I said, it's actually sort of a true life thing. So that's what it is. So these teenagers, they're fighting to become the king of black magic. War Games. This will be a kids movie, maybe a Disney movie, and what happens is the Earth is invaded by some aliens, right? And they take all the adults. They take all the adults throughout the entire planet, leaving the kids. And what happened is the military had developed these remote control weapons, airplanes and tanks and things of that nature. Even some maybe robotic soldiers. And so, like I said, the military had created these, and how they operated is basically like a video game. And so what happens is, of course, the parents are gone, And so who has to save the world? These kids. Kids playing video games. So you got these 6-year-olds and some teenagers just kicking butt, basically controlling the weaponry through a video console. And so, I thought, it was a great tie-in with, because you play any kid these games, these video games, and they just kick your ass. I can't even deal with it. Give me a good Pac-Man. I'm cool. Five of Queens. I sort of saw this as maybe a sitcom, and what it is it deals with a father who has 5 sons who are all gay. Right? So I don't know. Look at it as comedy. I thought it'd be pretty interesting. There's Dogs. The Confessional is a supernatural suspense thriller. Deals with a minister who's taking confessions, and he actually ends up taking the confession of this serial killer. And then in the end, we found out that actually that this confession from this killer he's been taking has been dead for years. Right? So to give away the punchline. The 36. In Hasidic tradition, there's a belief that the fate of the world rests at any one time on 36 righteous people. So this one's about the 36th person who is being pursued by forces of evil, for the purpose of bringing him to the side of unrighteousness. So supernatural, right? The other 35 have been corrupted, and this is one last one to try to get him, so evil can take over the world. The Bad Seed, which will be a remake of the original Bad Seed from like 1956, and actually I seen Dakota Fanning playing this. She's older now. Once again, these are years old, so this was to get her out of playing those nice, cute, good roles. Put a nice evil role. 4 Horsemen, another supernatural, basically dealing with the 4 Horsemen from the Bible. And really trying to do it, in great special effects. Basically, the 4 Horsemen have arrived, and they started at the bottom top of the globe, and they're making their way up. And so there's a guy who's in the United States who has basically he's I don't know how to put it. He had the visions, and it seemed like he has been chosen to stop these 4 horsemen, and he has these visions of creating this angel. And keeps seeing this vision of this angel, so he makes this giant sculpture of this totally black angel. It's totally black, like black onyx, white wings. He makes this statue, and the 4 horsemen arrive. So you got pestilence and death, and they're riding, as they're riding across through countries, through cities. Just everything happens comes behind them. People just start dying of bodies start melting and stuff like that, and so they're making their way up to him. And like I say, he creates this angel, maybe 30 feet, 50 feet tall. And he makes this giant statue, and what happens is it comes to life, and it takes out the 4 horsemen. Curse of the Mummy, basically just a mummy, a mummy on a ship full of college kids. So I would have put a mummy, murder, and mayhem. Simple, Monkey Business, a comedy about monkeys who are trained to rob banks. So like off take of the Doberman Gang. Excuse me. Some of you not might be old enough, but there was a movie, I guess back in the 70s. These Dobermans were trained to rob banks. So they robbed this bank, Doberman pinchers. So just monkeys doing it. Great Bait, from a movie from the cartoon Great Bait. You know, it'd be cool to have a kids movie with the Great Bait. It's a giant Great Bait, Great Bait, Great Bait. All right. Gru the Wanderer. Now this will be a movie from a comic book series. The comic book series Gru the Wanderer. I guess it's still out. I used to collect comic books back when I was in junior high, and Gru was one of my favorite ones. Gru the Wanderer, he was a great knight. He was and not in a knight in shining armor sense, but he was a warrior, he's a fighter. But he was sort of dumb at the same time. He was sort of dumb and senseless, but you know, he was, you know, super strong, he could fight, and he would just happen upon things, and he always win because of strength and power. But you know, he was dim-witted, but you know, he was real nice and dim-witted, and it was funny. And so I see Jack Black doing that, playing that role. Right? Boo is a horror movie taking place on Halloween. Some kids are on a murder spree in Halloween gear, trick-or-treating. Scarecrow. Some kids they happen upon this field of marijuana. They know about it, and they're going to try to steal some marijuana, and there's a scarecrow there, and the scarecrow comes to life and starts killing them on a farm or not. Right? Another idea I had, and actually I sent this concept into MTV way back when, for you know, back when they still were showing Fear, you know, Fear, when they had people staying, you know, these haunted places, supposedly haunted, and challenge them to go stay in the dark down, you know, the last room down 3 stories down, up on the ground, back in the, you know, back corner or whatnot. And so I had an idea where they could create a movie where basically, and it was, all right, this is the thing. It would come out through court documents that during the episode of Fear, these kids had gotten killed. All right, they gotten killed by some killer, some force, whatever. And MTV networks, you know, of course, had to suppress this, and they didn't want to get out. But the families had sued them, but MTV, you know, had settled out of court, you know, from keep having a, you know, big publicity thing going on. Well, the tapes got out, and so somebody got hold of them, and I saw sort of maybe they could even just sell the movie online. This, you know, this person got hold of them. MTV is trying to sue this person and get them, but he has hold of them, and so there's a website that people actually go to get the DVDs of these murders, and so it would be shot in the same manner of Fear, with the, you know, regular video camera, and of course, you know, using some movie special effects, there will be murders taking place in it. You know, like I said, but it's all just made up, but it's made to look like it really happened. Like I said, there will even be court documents out there. They write some phony ones up, so as people start questioning, is this real or not? And you know, I thought, you know, really get a nice little publicity rolling, and you know, really get things going, and it'd be pretty cool. Like I said, I sent it to them years ago. Never heard from them. They never made it. Guess they didn't like it. If it got to anybody, I don't know. But that was that. TV shows, CRT, Resonance Team. Basically a team of people with special powers, you know, like ESP or whatnot. You know, like have, you know, a blind guy who can sense things, things of that nature. So these people come together, working as one mind. Like what I put it is, one mind with many eyes, ears, creating a collective, sixth sense. So they work together using more than anything, mental powers to solve murders and whatnot. The Hangout, a reality-based show along the lines of Real World, and basically just have a contest to find groups of friends who would be entertaining to tape and do a reality show around them. Some real life friends, because there's if you have a great group of friends that just there's seriousness and there's humor, there's great times involved, and just staying with the reality. This is years ago, and we still in a reality craze, reality TV craze. So that's still relevant. The Benjamins, a show that was offshoot of All About the Benjamins, the movie, Ice Cube movie, and basically the show would be focused on them, what happens after them having the money. So I thought Mike Epps would be starring with it, along with Eva Mendes, and even probably still having a little Bow Wow running around being bad. But Bow Wow's grown now. But once again, this was years ago. So showing them trying to live with all that money and the happenings of their life, being rich. Mixed Nuts, another TV show. Saw this looking geared towards HBO. It's about a psychiatrist and their psychiatrist and their psychiatrist, his psychiatrist, and her psychiatrist, who is the psychiatrist of the first psychiatrist. Mixed Nuts. Off Base, comedy in the set in the apartment complex or either military base housing, but basically it's dealing with military and dealing with military issues, things of that nature. Got plenty of that going on right now still, right? World issues, so political in a way, but tongue-in-cheek comedy, making fun of things. Another one I just started recently with the TV reality is a show where you bring together people of different religions. All these reality shows like Real World, College Hill, whatnot. You want to bring in people. You want to bring in people in what you think it makes things highly combustible. Because you need some drama, some action. So you bring in people of different religions, and you put them through things where you basically putting one's faith up against another, and they're doing different things where, like I said, where you're going to cause, conflict and argument about each other's religion. All right. So that's that. And I have some horror movie ideas that I really want to get out, that I just think are pretty cool. Let me share with you this one that I really want to be made. Have you ever had, and it's called Dark Mirror, you ever had like one of the long mirrors and laid it down on the floor? And if you lay it on the floor and you step back, where all you see is the ceiling in the mirror, it looks like you can actually jump down through that mirror, all right, through there, and you jump down. It's like a floor up under there. Well, what happens is, these group of teenagers get together, and somewhere they found a spell, a black magic spell that allows people to walk into mirrors. All right. So they get together one night. They put down, draw the upside down cross, pentagram, whatnot, get the candles, all that stuff going, and they're trying it, and boom, it works. So they jump down through the mirror. Well, also, if you look through the mirror and you can see, say if you're in a lit room and there's not lights somewhere else, when you're looking at the door to the mirror, you see nothing but darkness, right? So what happens is they go down, And when they get to a doorway within this other realm, there's nothing but darkness, because you know it's you can't see anything with the other side of the mirror, so it's darkness. And they go over towards the darkness, and what happens is there's actually something living in that darkness, and that darkness wasn't aware of the light, but the kids going in there has brought awareness to it. And so that darkness, that creature in the darkness, realized there's another part, another world other than the darkness. And so now it's trying to get out of the mirror and come into this world. And so, you know, it's the whole movie is just dealing with mirrors, and this creature's coming and, you know, getting rid of mirrors and all types of situations. Just think of this black creature just trying to get through. So they have to figure out a way to, you know, to kill it and to keep it trapped within the mirrors. I just think that's pretty cool. I'll leave with those. I have plenty more, but you know, I think that should be good enough. I'm not sure how long this has been going. Oh shoot, it's about 30 minutes. All right, God bless everyone. Peace and love.